It's been about 2 months since I traded in my pretty reasonable four-door sedan for this pretty unreasonable GT500. And today we're going to talk about my thoughts and feelings about how this is going and whether or not I think it was a mistake. I mean, let's be real. I'm a car guy, so it's really unlikely that I would actually regret switching from a 250 horsepower after modifications, four-door front-wheel drive automatic sedan to a supercharged manual V8 coupe. It's really unlikely I would actually regret that unless something majorly was wrong with this car. So, my wife drives the van back there and I drive this. That's how it works. I drive it to work. It's maybe a total of 45 to 50 minutes of driving a day. No actual highway, although I do hit highway speeds. Occasionally, there's stoplights. I can squeeze 15, 16 miles per gallon out of this car for my daily work commute. Compared to the Passat, that was, just not considering gas mileage, not worrying about it at all, I got at least 21 miles to the gallon. I've driven it in the rain a fair bit. The season in Texas, it's been raining a lot. And I was worried at first, but I've been pleasantly surprised. And as long as I control my right foot, there's no problems at all. It's got less rain tread in it, I guess, than the all seasons I had on my Passat, but it doesn't seem to be a problem. I'm not worried about it. Granting, it's been 80 plus degrees while it's raining, so the tires aren't cold and hard, so we'll see how it goes during the cold part of the year on these Michelins. If I remember correctly, that means the 24th week of 2017 right there. So they are not new, perfectly soft tires, and still the car feels pretty confident. I go pick up curbside groceries, I park and go in and get groceries. I have crammed the whole family into the car to go out to dinner, and I was pretty surprised how well we managed to fit. And granting, my youngest is still pretty small, so he can just not put his feet down behind me and sit with his knees up. So that'll end one day, but still pretty surprised. My 6-foot son can sit behind my wife in the passenger seat, and it worked out just fine. So that's pretty nice. For the first time, I took a car into the car show, to the local monthly Round Rock car show. And that was cool. It took my wife. We went up to the Georgetown car show the following month, I think, and walked around, and she's kind of into it too, so that's pretty cool. The wife is accepting and thinks the car is cool, then that's pretty awesome. The other thing is the amount of interaction I've had related to this car in just 2 months has been pretty cool. I've really enjoyed that part. Just at a stoplight, a dude in a Mustang pulls up and is like, "Bro, that's cool." And then we rev at each other and we talk about each other's cars for a second before we go different ways around town. And pulling into the car show, guys are immediately chatting me up a bit about it and asking me if I'm going to do mods to it because they could see I just got it. I had a paper plate on it at the time. And at the gas station, people just making comments, be like, "Hey, bro, that's a cool car. How much power?" All that kind of stuff. It's fun. It's really fun for me. That's not an experience I've had before. In my Volkswagen Passat, I had like a couple of middle-aged women compliment my car. I don't know. I still like that, but it's pretty cool that, even in the grocery store parking lot, a kid walked up to me, teenager, and was like, "I just wanted to tell you, sir, this is a really nice S197 GT500. I just had to tell you that." That feels good. It's fun. Probably the most important part. It's just really fun to drive. I'm really having a good time. I haven't had a manual car since, 13, 14 years ago. It was the last time I had a manual car, and it was a slow manual car. So the solid rear axle makes it kind of sketchy to me. Like, it feels kind of crazy compared to everything else I've driven. You accelerate hard over lumps and bumps. it gets kind of squirrely. The back end's always kind of swimming when I accelerate hard. Smashing gears, it's just fun, man. It's so fun. I'm just having such a good time driving it around. And besides that, with traffic and merging and occasional people who want to deny you entry that have, you know, average cars, just how easily I can get by all of them. I mean, I know at this point 550 horsepower is not crazy. It's still higher than the majority of the cars on the road. It's so much more effortless than it was with the Volkswagen. I mean, I was denied entry by minivans regularly in my Volkswagen, so you know, that feels pretty good too. It seems to run great, and the clutch seems to grab perfectly. It does have a bit of a very intermittent, rough clutch pedal travel. And I guess that meaning when you press the clutch pedal in, you kind of feel a gritty sensation when you push it down. And it only happens sometimes. It might happen for 20 minutes at once. Every stroke of the clutch, you feel it a little bit, and then it goes away. And for 2 or 3 days, it doesn't do it at all. And so I am going to take it to a Ford dealership next week, explain what I'm experiencing, and hope that they can find something, because I still have a little bit of the warranty through Carvana left on this. So I'm going to try to see if they can find something going on with it based on my description, and maybe leaving it with them over 24 hours so they can test drive it a few times. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. Hopefully it's a minor thing, and hopefully the warranty actually covers whatever it is. But I think there's a fair chance that it just won't do it while they have it, and they're going to drive it and say that it seems perfectly fine, and it'll just be something I have to deal with down the road. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for upcoming mods. I got my plates recently. I was waiting for that before I did any sort of mods to it. I got a little bit of money set aside for a couple of basic things and some maintenance. So we got videos coming for this car.